I spent so many years thinking I can help everyone and save everyone until I realized that I could not. And you need to realize this sooner than later because you will end up wasting your time because that's what ended up happening to me. And I want to help you prevent that. Now, here's the reason why I say you cannot help everyone or save everyone is because guess what? Who needs to do the work to actually make the improvement or make the change in their life? They do. And sometimes the sad truth is a lot of people are unwilling to actually do the hard work to actually change their life and improve their life, right? I've realized this within my career as a personal trainer online fitness coach, where I will give people free workout plans, free nutrition plans to actually help them get in shape. You say you want to get in shape? Okay, cool, no problem. I have no problem giving out free resources to help you out. But guess what happens when I do give out that free resources, right? Nobody ever really follows it. You may have one or two people that follow it, and even them, they don't really follow it for such a long period of time enough to actually get results. And so they end up not even really sticking long enough with it to get results, and they say they just can't do it, right? But the problem is, it's not that they can't do it, it's just they can't stay long enough with it to actually see the results, right? I also experience this within clients that work with me one on one, right? So I will give them a structured workout plan to follow, structured nutrition plan to follow as well, hold them accountable and everything. But for whatever reason, there are a group of people that just simply cannot do what's difficult in order to achieve the results that they're looking for. And those people, you just simply cannot help, and you have to accept that because the more energy you put into trying to help them, the more you're going to burn yourself out. And then guess what happens later on, right? You're not even going to have enough energy to put into yourself for your own self development to achieve your own goals. And what's going to end up happening with that, right? Is you'll have a lot of anger because you realize, damn, I tried so hard to help this person. I did XYZ to help this person. I gave them XYZ to help this person. And for whatever reason, they just could never stick with it long enough to actually achieve anything. And it's like, I put all this effort in for what? You realize that you actually put more effort to help them than they put into helping themselves. And guess what? There's the cliche saying, right? You can't help somebody who don't want to help themselves, right? And you really have to accept that. You can't focus so much on trying to help that person. It's like, damn, I see the potential in you and I see XYZ in you, but I just, for whatever reason, they cannot do it. You cannot focus on that, right? Because you can't do the work for them. I cannot do the workout for somebody and they get the results. I can't eat clean for somebody and they get the results. It just does not work that way, right? And so you have to understand that and accept it and be like, okay, damn, I wish I could help, but I really cannot. And sure, you're somebody with a good heart. I know what that's like. I've been that way for so long. I still am that way. The only difference is now I'm able to have that discernment and be like, damn, okay, I really cannot help this person. So guess what? I'm not gonna trouble myself trying my hardest to help them when I know my efforts are not gonna amount to anything. They're not even gonna put in the work themselves. And so I've realized that you really do have to accept the fact that you can't help everyone, and that is actually okay, right? Because once you realize that and accept that, what happens is you can now use your energy to put first into yourself, and second, and you really can put that energy into the other people that really genuinely want the help, right? Because there are some people out there that genuinely just need somebody to be there for them and be there with them along the journey. And those people, guess what? You give them that actual energy, right? You put effort into them because help them, find that potential. Those I actually find that you can do that. But a lot of people, right, they tend to look for sympathy. They look for that comfort. And that comfort is what actually ends up holding them back from reaching their full potential, right? A lot of people want that sympathy. But my thing is, right, you can get that sympathy, but does it really help solve your problem? Or are you still in that situation that you are currently? You can explain your whole life story to somebody, right? They can be like, damn, okay, I understand why you are this way, da 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 da. I understand why you have this life. But guess what? That didn't really solve anything, right? All you got was some sympathy and understanding as to why you have this current life that you have, but it did not solve your current situation. It didn't improve it. It didn't make it better, did it? And so instead of looking for that sympathy, instead of looking for that, you know just that being coddled, why don't you actually take action to help improve your life, right? Why don't you actually use that as fuel to make you want to go harder, to make you want to do better, right? Because guess what? You know how amazing it's gonna sound to be like, damn, I had this hardships. I went through these, you know, difficult circumstances, but I was able to succeed despite that. Doesn't that sound way better than you seeking comfort, you seeking sympathy from other people, strangers at that? And so you really have to make that decision. Who do you want to be? Because guess what? In this life, right? The losers fucking complain and stay the same, and the winners always find a way to win. So you have to decide, who are you going to be? Who do you want to be? You're a grown adult. The decision is yours. But you have to be able to live with that decision. Do you want to stay comfortable for so long, right? And seek sympathy, look to be coddled, like, oh, damn, I feel bad for you. It's like, okay, yeah, I feel bad for you. Now what? Did your situation improve? Did we solve that? Or are you still in the situation that you was before you even told me about your life? And so you're gonna go through adversity. Understand that everybody goes through adversity, but it's how you use that adversity to your own advantage that's gonna separate you from the next person. Because I go through adversity, the next person goes through adversity, but you're looking for sympathy. You're looking to be coddled, right? And so you gotta make that decision like, damn, okay, I went through so many adversity, but I'm not gonna let that stop me. I'm not gonna let that hold me back, right, from who I truly want to be. So you have to make that decision. Like, I don't know why everybody wants sympathy so much in this generation specifically, because understand this, that sympathy is not going to do anything for you. It's not going to do anything for you. It's like, yeah, people feel bad for you, but it just doesn't solve your problem. And so I need you to understand this, that you cannot help everyone. You need to accept that. Do not waste your time thinking that you can help everyone, because you'll end up draining your own energy, and that might even lead to some sort of resentment. And you don't want to live with resentment, right? You don't want to live with that resentment of, damn, I really put all this effort into this person thinking I could help them, and they never did anything about it. Because guess what? That's going to happen with a lot of people. And the sad case is, some people you just cannot help, right? Like I said before, in my business with online coaching and fitness coaching, where I help people get in shape, I have free resources that I give out to people, right? But guess what? They never really do anything with it. Some people, they will comment, they'll ask for it, and then they do nothing with it. Or some people don't even ask at all. But then they're still online saying, I want to get in shape. I wish I could do XYZ. The truth is, you can do it. You actually can do it. You just have to be willing to put in the hard work. That's really all it is. It's gonna be difficult. Of course, it's gonna be difficult. Nothing good comes easy. Why do you want such an easy life, anyways? Ask yourself this question: why do you want such an easy life, anyways? Right? Was life made to be easy, anyways? You have to put some type of work to get something worth having, right? Those rewards, they feel much better when you went through some type of pain to actually achieve them. And so you have to decide, are you going to be that person that's like, damn, okay, yeah, I'm going to put in enough work. And when I accomplish this, I know I earned it, right? You have to earn that. So you have to decide which type of person you want to be. Do you want to be that person that just complains all the time and just looks for sympathy, looks to be coddled, have a sad story? We all have a sad story. So what? What are you gonna do with that story? Are you gonna use it as fuel? Use it to your advantage. I know that sounds funny, use it to your advantage, but like, yeah, you can use that to your advantage. It's gonna give you fuel. You're like, damn, your success story is gonna hit different when you're like, damn, yeah, I went through X, Y, Z, but guess what? I'm successful now despite that. Versus, damn, I went through X, Y, Z, and yeah, I'm still living this life because this happened to me and that happened to me and this happened to me. It's like, okay. But then there's another person that had the exact same situation that you did, if not worse. And guess what? They're highly successful because they refused to stay within that limitation that they were at. They refused to let their circumstances define them in a negative way. And so you have to decide who you want to be, right? Do you want to be the person that succeeds despite your adversity? Or do you want to be the person that didn't succeed because of your adversity? Different ways of saying it. And so you have to decide. You're a grown adult, but the main thing I can tell you guys, though, do not Do not think that you can save everyone. Do not think that you can help everyone because you cannot. I promise you, I have been there. I have done it. Now, don't get me wrong, still have a good heart, still look out for people, still treat people well, of course, like basic stuff, cool, yeah. But putting all your effort into trying to help somebody just for the simple fact that you see so much potential in them and know that you can help them, sometimes you really just can't help them. Like you may be right, yeah, you may be right that you can help them, but you can only help them if they're willing to help themselves. And how many people are actually willing to help themselves? Not that many, because some people just like having that sad story where they can just complain and hear somebody be like, damn, yeah, I'm sorry you went through this XYZ, you know? And so that's all I have for you guys today. I hope you find this helpful. I hope this video serves as a reminder or just, a light to somebody out there that's like, that has such a good heart that's trying to help everyone and struggling between whether or not they should, not be trying to help everyone. So I hope this video helps in any way, shape, or form. If it did, drop a like, comment, subscribe, and I will see y'all boys in the next one. Peace.